Hello.
Hello.
Hi there, Mick.
Hey, hello, mate. How is that?
Yeah, that's me, mate.
How are you, mate? How you going? It's me, Mick. I'm from G Division, Yatala Labour Prison. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to hear from you, Mick. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, mate.
Yeah, no. It's a very serious and important matter that needs to be addressed, and thank you for taking the interest.
Yeah, Aaron's been telling me about your situation back there, and it's a very dire situation. So I thought it's best that you why don't you just tell me without wasting any time? Why don't you just tell me everything that's going on?
Well, the fact of the matter is that on the 16th of January 1995, I killed there was a copper that come to jail. He was a child rapist. I killed him in the prison kitchen, and as a result, I was separated in high security G Division. I've been here since the 16th of January 1995, and so at the moment they're supposed to be trying to get me out to progress out of here because it's after this amount of time, and the department now. The officers in the other divisions, in the other institutions, will not accept me in their institution. So I'm therefore forced to remain in G Division. And they're supposed to be putting programs into place. I've had 4 Supreme Court judicial reviews in the South Australian Supreme Court to fight to get out of here. The department says they're going to do this, and this. And they've not adhered to one thing that they've addressed in the Supreme Court as to their defence.
Yeah.
And then now, this has been going on for 3 years, trying to get a program in place to progress me out of G Division, and now the screws won't have me in their division, so I'm forced to remain in G Division. And then now that I'm asking for my privileges and everything like that they took off me, that they in here, I'm asking for that to be reinstated, and they're not doing anything. So I'm locked up 22 hours a day in a concrete cell.
Fuck, that is horrible, dude. I'm very sorry to hear that, and it's been going on so long.
I knew because it's my 3rd offence in prison. All my sentences, I'm serving a total of I'm on life sentence. I don't qualify for parole because I've been deemed as a dangerous offender, and because my crimes are being committed within the prison, they deem me as a risk. Well, the thing is the fact of the matter is that I get along with everyone. I'm a good person, but I don't boast. I have an aggravation against child sexual rapists.
As we all do.
And when anyone that commits a crime against a child, I will actually do something in order, because sometimes there are those in life, we have to protect those that can't protect themselves. And the courts don't protect them, and people don't protect them. So I happen to be the odd one in society that does something about it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you're a hero, man, straight up.
And all my offences are against child rapists, like they're sex offenders, and everything like that, you know. So, but the fact of the matter is now, since when do the screws dictate to the department about who goes where and what's being placed? G Division is a very high security, oppressive, harsh environment. It's been deemed by the RSP, by the Human Rights Commission in a report that was published in Parliament, that if you were to put an animal in here, you'd be charged for cruelty to animals under the RSPCA Act.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, man.
And that was after the two, because I argued in 2007 before Justice Trish Kelly in the Supreme Court, when I was fighting to get out of here. She got the Human Rights Commission to come in here. They come in here, inspected the place, and made a report. And that's the word, the actual word, that's the words they used.
Not fit for animals.
They've never, you know what I mean? Human rights, as you know, within the system, human rights does not exist. I applied to the European Court of Justice to have my case heard. They've written back and said they can't hear my case because Australia is not a signatory to the Human Rights Conventions. And even in Tasmania and Victoria, when they say that they have legislation for human rights, the fact of the matter is they don't actually stipulate what those human rights are.
Mm.
Judge Trish Kelly said, like, I argued human rights in the Supreme Court in 2007, and we actually argued human rights, and she said that there's nothing to no law that she can enforce to have human, like to prove my human rights, to enforce human rights issues.
And Aaron was telling me that they said that they're gonna, they've been promising to get you out of there, and they're just basically fucking you around.
What we're at now, it's been 3 years now, and every time, like, I've been lied to. They keep coming over here, sweet talking me, and they're going, well, we'll do this, we'll do that. I've done everything they've asked to do, and nothing gets done. I've been lied to, and then I'm not being listened to. My issues are not being heard. They're not listening to me, and they seem to be working out of one sort of playbook. They think that I'm a 2020 prisoner, where I'm a young kid where they can just bluff their way and talk their shit. You know what I mean? I've been doing this all my life, you know what I mean? I'm a 60-year-old man now, and I've been doing this for over 40 years, or longer, you know what I mean, since I was 13.
Wow, yeah.
So, so they can't come and bluff me, but they do. But they're not listening to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to cooperate and participate in the process, but everything that I suggest is being ignored.
It must be devastating, man, to be told, like, to be yo-yoed around like that, told you're going to go, we're getting you out of here, blah, 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 and then it's just a fucking charade.
Yeah. So what I plan to do is if it's all right with you, is tomorrow and Sunday you go through whatever it is that you do, whatever, and I'll ring you again tomorrow round about this time, and I'll ring you Sunday. Whatever questions and whatever you need to ask, you can ask me, you know what I mean?
Right, I'll put it together.
My life's an open book. I don't lie about shit, you know what I mean? Yep.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thanks heaps for that, Mick. And if you want, while you're here, just why don't you... I know it's pretty obvious for me and you, but why don't you run people down exactly what G Division is and what, what it entails exactly?
G Division is a division out in front of the institution. It's been, like they say, it's a separation division because it's to keep it's to keep certain types of prisoners from having access to the mainstream prison population, so that way we can't send messages or cause an uproar or a riot and all that sort of thing. That's why we're separated. But now that it's a separation division, everyone's kept separate and apart from everyone in here. But it doesn't necessarily, we can have association. I've had association way back in the 90s, and they stopped it. And it's, you know what I mean, you're in overalls, you've been fed finger food, like half the food that we're supposed to get we don't get because the screws eat it. You're on, like, some people don't get phone calls or showers and that, like you're on a restricted regime. I'm in my cell 22 hours a day now. There's all sorts of, it's an oppressive and harsh environment. You don't have TVs, you don't have clothes, you don't have things that's accessible to the other. It's a punishment division, yet they say it's not a punishment division, yet they won't provide privileges. So if you're not afforded a privilege that's available everywhere else and you get put in here, what the hell do you call it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep, that's right.
You're treated very harshly here, the screws and that. Yeah, anyway, that's nearly time up, mate.
Yeah, I know. Alrighty, mate. Yeah, well, when you call back tomorrow and the day after, I'll have a bunch of questions ready for you and we'll just fire away.
Yeah. What can I do to assist?
Just be ready, I guess.
Has anything positive come out of this yet?
There's a few comments, but there's not really anything big yet. But
I'm under arrest. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you for your time.
Bye.